What's going on, guys? I'm finally back with another video, and it's been like a month since my last video, and college and mental block for videos has definitely contributed to that. But I want to say thanks to everyone who stuck with the channel and has been watching all my videos still. I appreciate all of you. And also, just for a side note, this video will contain spoilers, so I'm just warning you now. I just finished Spider-Man 2 and I have so much to say about this amazing game, but first I have to say that I've seen a lot of people hate on the game for no reason or make videos of weird takes, and honestly, in my opinion, I think if you aren't a fan of Spider-Man and his lore, or simply not like a comic book head, it'll be probably hard to really get the full experience from the game. However, if you never even played or watched anything related to Spider-Man, you can still find enjoyment, but all the Easter eggs and small details will probably be missed. But anyways, back to my thoughts on the game. I truly think this is one of the best superhero games I've played other than the Arkham series. It passes both of its predecessors in so many ways, and that of the replayability in Spider-Man 2 can hold a lot of fans for a long time. The game mechanics is really polished, and you can tell they took their time into developing all they could to appease the fans and make the overall game feel more of an experience. Fans all over wanted certain things in the game, like one of them being able to web slingshot yourself across the map, and the creators listened. You can web glide and swing even faster than before, and it feels a lot smoother. The transitions like fast travel make it feel so smooth, and you don't have to put you in a loading screen, and you can switch between the characters just as quick. Peter and Miles have an abundance of suits to choose from, and they added so many iconic suits that the community has been asking for ever since the first game came out. My favorite suits for Peter has to be the iconic black suit. It's just so slick, and the suit variations was a great addition to the game to make the suits feel fresh, and we could try a lot of them on. And they added Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, which feels very vibrant, and I love the way they did Tobey Maguire's Venom suit, which also looks really close to the movie. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of majority of Miles' suits. It's just that none of them really stuck out to me as much as Peter's, although I love the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. suit that he has, and of course the original suit. But really, as far as the game goes, I've been kind of maining Peter for the most of the time because I just love his suit's design. Now, there is some things about the game I think could be better or changed, and just to remind you that this is all my opinion. So just for starters, I would like for Insomniac to implement the New Game Plus after you beat the game once, like in previous titles. It's not a huge thing to me, but I found it kind of odd to remove the feature after they already had it. Also, I think the game could have been a tad bit longer in some areas. The game is 15 hours, which is more or less of the same runtime as the first game in 2018. And personally, I think the flashbacks with Harry could have been a little bit shorter. It's not that I didn't like them perhaps, but I just think it kind of dragged on for more than it's worth. Now, dare I say I actually like the MJ missions. I keep telling my friends, if you have her get like a dodge roll with a taser gun, then this is definitely Resident Evil or The Last of Us, and I'm all here for it, especially in the next game. Moving on to some of the game mechanics such as combat. Now, I do think it's gotten a lot smoother, almost similar to the Miles Morales standalone game, but sometimes it can get repetitive to me, and only times it feels like I have to try is when they throw like the robotic dogs and the robot birds into the mix, where I have to target them first so they don't handicap me. One of my favorite things to do in Spider-Man is the stealth missions, and I do love the Kraven's bases where you have to infiltrate them. It's one of my favorite things to do, but I wish there was more of that, and some stealth missions that maybe had more heavy consequences. So like, if you get caught, then that's basically it. The best thing in this game, of course, is the story. It literally felt like a movie, and the graphics and the designs of the characters was spot on. I love Venom and Kraven's design and how powerful they were. The boss fights actually felt like, hard on the highest difficulty. And even I had problems fighting Yuri with the Venom suit. I could definitely see this game being made into a movie outside the MCU and be a hit. Another thing I enjoyed is some of the collectibles. The spider boss is one of my favorites to find, and the cutscene at the end even made me more hyped to see what the next game could bring. Speaking of the next game, they're actually bringing in Carnage, and I can't even explain to you how hype I was when I found that out. I didn't expect for the story to go that route at all, but they're setting up the next game just perfectly. Green Goblin, at least in my opinion, is for sure the next game, and I imagine him and Carnage working together and fusing at that, which is a terrifying sight. And we might even get more of the Life Foundation symbiotes, which I'm highly excited for. Venom alone was already tough in this game, and it's going to be insane in the next one, probably going to be dropped in 2026 at the earliest. Also, I didn't even think about this until I saw a TikTok about it, but they could actually do the Superior Spider-Man storyline in the next game. And for the people who don't know what that is, it's basically when Dr. Octavius takes over Peter's mind and body, thus resulting in Superior Spider-Man. And if you never checked out the comic, I highly suggest so. The ending to this game was very climatic, and Peter getting an anti-venom suit was just a cherry on top. And the introduction of Cindy Moon, which is Silk for the people who don't know, if she's in the next game, they gotta keep her away from Peter because MJ will get upset. Now, I personally think this game could be potentially game of the year. It has pretty much everything you want in a Spider-Man game and more. Bigger map, improved traversal, top tier graphics, and little to no bugs. I only experienced like maybe 1 or 2, but nothing major to complain about. Honestly, the one thing that would make this next game even better for me is if they add some type of co-op. Even if it's just free roaming around the city, just swinging together, it would be amazing to me, and possibly playing as the villains like Venom, it could be a whole different game. Also, one more thing that I want to just touch on again is just the character designs, because Kraven and Venom's designs were so good that I think like any live action or any other iterations of them, it's just subpar to this. Venom looks nasty and terrifying, especially with the wings, and I love that the symbol on his chest, man, this is very good. And then Peter's anti-Venom suit, which is also one of my favorite. This suit just screams Todd McFarlane, and I definitely need his red and blue suit in the next game. But anyways, that's really all I have for you today. Feel free to leave a comment about what you think should be in the next game or how good you thought this game was. Please like and subscribe if you want to support the channel and me. And like always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.